Hi, everyone. On today's show, we're counting down the top 3 teaching apps of the year. Here's Jake's top 3 teaching apps.
Hey there, it's my turn to give you my top 3 apps for this distant learning time. And my first one is Padlet.com, and we're there right now. Now, if your district pays for it, don't buy this, right? Because it's already taken care of, or your school. I like it because it's great for social emotional learning and also for my content. So let me give you an example of a Padlet. We're not going to go through every single step on how to do these. That might be for another episode. We're just giving you our top 3 apps today. But if you do want us to go ahead and tell you step by step these apps, let us know, and to other apps as well. We'd love to do that. Just tell us in the comment or let us know in the comment section. We'll get back. Now, here I have a question on the top left for my psychology class. What is difficult about being a teenager? And then hopefully they'll answer it, and they'll go to the right bottom corner here, and they will create their own little sticky. They'll put the title, maybe their name or anonymous, and then they go ahead and answer the question. They could add a photograph, a link, so many things. They could even add like a drawing, another Padlet, GIF, right? Or hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. And so there you go. Now, of course, in the settings there, you could add things like being able to add a comment at the bottom of a post, or if you like it, a little heart. But if you don't want that, you could go ahead and take that out. And so why I like this, of course, for social emotional, because students are able to share what they're feeling. They can share out. The second thing is I like it for my content. Like if I'm teaching U.S. history unit, the 1920s, and I'm going over Prohibition, I could go ahead and have my students read a document 3 times, which I like to do several times, so we know that they understand the document. And the first time might be the words that they don't understand. So on the first column of the Padlet, they'll go ahead and write down the words they don't understand. The second, there might be some more text-dependent questions, and they'll go ahead and answer those. Third one, I might go ahead and look at deeper, right, and for them to answer like things like what was the author's purpose? What's the meaning of this document? Why is it important for us today in 2021? So it goes a little bit deeper in that third column. And the students seem to like that as well. So again, this is my favorite of the top 3. Well, it's not my favorite, but my number 3 of the apps I'm sharing with you today. Number 2, though, is Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle.com, yes. And so I like Edpuzzle quite a bit because what it allows you to do is go ahead and show a video from YouTube usually, and what happens is you could go ahead and split it up as much as you like. You could go ahead and if the original video was 5 minutes, you could make it down to 2 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and show you an example of one: Mexican Americans, 1920s, 30s. So here's a video somebody put up, and there's several people who went and edited it. So what you could do is make it shorter. You could also add questions, and those questions can be answered by the students. And there's a grade book section where there's a grade for each Edpuzzle if you want them to be graded. My classes, now the classes from your Google Classroom can go ahead and transfer here easily. I know there's other sources like Schoology that works well with it as well. The classes could be uploaded and not too difficult at all. And so I like it. Like I shared before, let's say I don't have the time to create my own Edpuzzle. I'll go look at some of my colleagues here and find one that I like, the questions that I like, and I'll go ahead and use that and assign that to my students. Again, this is great for social studies, but it's also great for other subjects as well. There's the piece that I like here quite a bit is on the left column here. You could find videos from LAUSD, if that's your district, other curriculum, my content. So when it says curriculum, elementary, middle, high school, I'm high school, so I would press that, and then it would give me the units. Actually, first it would tell me what subject. I pick social studies, and then it will give me the different units, and I'll find a unit that I'm working on, look at the videos that are available, pick a video that I like. I could even edit it or not edit it at all, leave it alone, and upload it to have my students give them a link to it. There's a code that comes up, and they will go right at it. And again, I could grade it or not grade it. It's up to me. And so there you go. That's Edpuzzle. My third, final one is Flipgrid. Flipgrid is such a fun app, and it's my favorite because it allows the students to, it's flipgrid.com, okay? So it allows the students to see themselves on video. Now, you could have the students be able to see them right away if they ever go on the app, or you could only let the student look at themselves and nobody else can, until you're ready for the rest of the class to look at the videos. So you can make it private. So there's settings here, but I like it because you could have a title. Let's say it's Disneyland, right? And the prompt is, what's your favorite ride at Disneyland? And then you could add a lot of media. You could add emojis. You could add you could add so much video. And then of course, then when you're off to going ahead and letting your students know, you could put in your students' emails, user IDs. Now, if you put username, press that. Just go ahead and put the district username, right? If it's aliusd.net, go ahead and do that. So all your students who have that can get onto the site. Of course, once you create this Flipgrid, at the bottom, you'll press create topic, and then it'll give you a code. So then you can send that code to the kids through Google Classroom or Schoology or whatever site you have for your students to go to get their information. So the videos could be 30 seconds, they could be a minute, 2 minutes, up to 10 minutes. I usually make them pretty short, and I have them, the kids, you could also do it for projects. I've used it also for projects as well. So you could make them longer, like I said, 5 to 10 minutes. And so once you press create topic, that video is uploaded to the class. Again, the students don't have to see it until the time you want them to. They could see their own, but they won't be able to see their friends unless you want them to do that. And they can make comments if you want them to do or not. So there's more options here, a button where it allows you to put those settings the way you like. And every teacher is different in what they want their students to be able to see and not to see, okay? That's it for my top 3, right? Padlet. We had, like I said, Edpuzzle, and Flipgrid's my favorite. So thanks, guys. Hope you have a good day.
Here's my top 3 teaching apps.
Coming in at number 3 in the top 3 teaching apps of the year is Anchor.fm. Anchor is a podcast app, and I like it because students seem to have fun with it, but also because it gives them a voice. This is really important for this year because the teacher's voice tends to rise above everyone else's, and it's good to hear them. How good to hear the students, that is. So what we do here is we just press record, start recording. Once the discussion is over, then we wait for it to process, and then we link it to the classroom. I use Google Classroom. So the tool is really good for discussion as opposed to students just recording themselves, which they sometimes want to do. I help them develop questions to ask parents or older sibling, somebody who can have a discussion with them. And their questions around themes such as family, death, and the afterlife. Those are some themes that we are talking about in terms of the book that we're reading right now in 9th grade, which is Long Way Down. And so this is also a pretty good socialization tool. I mean, it's not as good as in-person socialization, but, it's a start. So Anchor.fm. Coming in at number 2 is Notecatcher. Notecatcher is about collaboration. I designate a team captain and 3 teammates. They put their names in these boxes and they work on a question or a prompt of some kind. So they each have an assignment that they do, and the team captain keeps the teammates accountable. So they share the doc. This share button is important. I mean, really, this is just a Google Doc, so there's not a whole lot, but the share button is what makes this unique and important because now it makes the assignment Wi-Fi proof, meaning that if their Wi-Fi lags or they get kicked out of the meet, they still have the doc. It's been shared with them through the share button, and it's been shared with me, so I can see the students' work in real time, and there's really no excuse. Even if the worst thing happens, they're not able to access the class, they have the doc and they can work on it. So if I give them a prompt like, say, who is Willie Loman in Death of a Salesman, then they can look up quotes and analyze the quotes to answer that question. And this is what the final product would look like. You have the team captain in charge here, and you have evidence, and comments. And this is collaboration here. And so, by the way, Google has a pretty good plagiarism tool because sometimes I can't catch it. And so there you have it. And number one teaching app of the year would be Screencastify. I like Screencastify because it makes it really easy to video your lessons. Why is it important to video your lessons in terms of instructions? Because students sometimes will miss something and they will ask you, how do we do this? What was that again? So you will just tell them, watch the video. As opposed to earlier in the year when I was repeating myself, oh, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. Now, watch the video is much easier to do that than to express the entire assignment again. So I like Screencastify so much that I recorded this video on Screencastify.
Hope you liked the video. Leave a comment down below telling us what 3 teaching apps you like the best. See you next time.